idea is to build an AI tycoon game where you have to set up servers to do dark web style stuff. Make it sort of like Schedule 1 meets PC building simulator. And away we go. Oh my goodness. The roof makes it hard to see. No way. No way. Second shot, she got a cyber deck working. Llama 38 billion size VRAM. Dude, what? Dude, no fucking shot. Alright, we're gonna start a brand new game. We're gonna figure this out. And what we're doing is we're asking it, because my idea is to build an AI tycoon game where you have to set up servers to do interesting underground stuff, dark web style stuff. Make it sort of like Schedule 1 meets PC building simulator. And what we're doing is we're looking for an overall sketch, and that's what I'm asking it for. And then we can start banging out like the top level systems first. And honestly, like, this takes very little time if you just sit down and get an idea. You gotta have a scope though. All right, so yeah, this is pretty cool. It gave me a pretty wow. It gave me a very interesting document. We're fresh. This is what you get when you load a fresh world. This is what happens. Press tab. You had all these different tools, right? So you can go back to your home page. You can mess with the audio settings, and you can get a diagnostic info tab. Debug, dump, and then you give that. You can post that into the Discord, and the devs themselves will go in, check and see what happened, try to dig to the problem. This is God mode. If you click it, it installs a bunch of stuff, and I don't think we want to do that. We're not going to mess with that. This is beginner tutorial working with Savi. You can add people to your team up here in the top left, and you can also add mods, which are things other people have kind of like figured out that work well, and they've had Savi package those scripts and behaviors and, you know, notes and stuff into an easy to drop in module that you can dump into your player game, into your project. Okay, so now I'm asking Savi what's my limit for pasting in stuff, and if I can give her instructions, and if she'll make an MD file, basically recreate the file I have now in her memory. Through the power of editing, we're now feeding her the last little chunk of the 11 section MD file, the design document. So now we have a vertical slice checklist. I'm gonna go ahead and give her these two, so this makes 12. We're asking her to think about it, not to build anything. So we shall see. She's thinking. I've seen this get high, 30, 40,000. I had a 10,000, and somebody else posted like a 30,000 the next day. We just wire it differently than the doc wants to fit into this engine, because they're building. I've already learned that lesson. Adapt whatever we're trying to do to the engine we're working with. So yeah, so after, you know, it's taken me a little bit of going, pasting stuff in and talking to Claude, like 2 prompts to Claude, downloading the responses 5 minutes later, and then copy pasting in like, you know, 200-300 line chunks to Savi, the whole design document, the whole idea of the game I want to make. And she's already recreated that file, and we've already done some planning work with 1 prompt to figure out how we can tweak that and add a little more spice and flair and make it my own, but with influences and callbacks to all the things that I love, like Fallout, Cyberpunk, Schedule 1. Love that little game. Yeah, I want to make a little tutorial about how quickly you can set up a game This is the bits that take a minute. Her context might have gotten overrun. She might need to compact her notes while she's working on this, and it'll come back and we'll have to do an extra, you know, thing or two. But honestly, the devs have worked in a lot of note taking and a lot of versioning, so she can look back on what she did and figure out where she got disconnected, where things changed. Set up the whole world in one shot. Oh my god. We'll see what happens. And away we go. Oh my goodness. The roof makes it hard to see. That'd be awesome. We can do first person, I'm cool. Oh, bro. This is the ticket. We're already part way there. Look at how fast. Look at that. Oh my goodness, bro. So basically a couple of prompts and we already have a working 3D environment, first person camera running around inside it. Nothing's wired up yet, obviously, but all these things are going to be interactable. She's captured the mood and the aesthetic pretty well. We've got basic textures, and you can always upload your own models, your own stuff from Blender, stuff you get from SketchUp or what, like all kinds of things. Oh, what do we got here? We got this little computer terminal screen that will probably get wired up eventually for something. We'll make you have to use it for something. Or make it so that you have to get the upgrade of the cyberdeck thing on your wrist. No feet. Ain't got no feet, no body. The model's not being rendered when you're in first person, I assume. Does this go anywhere? Out. I don't want to have to put the over 9,000 meme in here in this video. I might have to. Oh, oh. Don't tell me she's doing all that in one shot. Wow. Component registry, rack logic, terminal, economy, and the CyberDeck UI, all of it. Everything from my design doc adapted for the engine. There is no way she's won. Like 2 or 3 shotting the whole damn game. This cannot be. I mean, I was going in pretty optimistic with how I've worked with the other games, and I still had to kind of like, you know, but part of that was my own issue with being roundabout, not doing something like this beforehand, and like really dialing in what I want the game to do and be. So I was like, single player, multiplayer, do I do this, do I do that? Okay, rip this out, change that, go back to the other way of doing it. Like, it was a bit of back and forth, but it was also stream of consciousness, just like, what would be fun? What can I do? Come on, Savi. I mean, you guys won't have to worry about this. Through the power of editing, it'll be like a 5-minute video and you'll see what happened in like an hour's worth of time for me. But we're at, I mean, I've been working on this video B-roll situation for 48 minutes. No way. No way. Second shot, she got a cyberdeck working. No way. No way. Llama 38 billion size VRAM. Dude, what? Dude, no fucking shot. It is exactly what I was thinking too. This is like 2-shot with UI elements for day, heat, time. Like, oh, okay, we need the physicality of clicking things, RAM into slots like PC Building Simulator, and then it's there. It's there. It just needs polish at that point. The loop is there. It does look legitimately awesome. Let me test it. Let me make sure this actually works. install. Okay, we're gonna have to add some more stuff down here for commands. So install slot. Yeah, we're gonna set because people aren't gonna want to type all that stuff out, but some people will think it's cool that you can do that.